Welcome back to BT here on a Monday morning, and we're gearing up for the provincial election, of course, on Saturday. We're less than a week away, and for analysis on this, we're joined by Mario Canseco from Research Co. Welcome back to BT, and good morning.
Good morning, Thor. Great to be here.
Yeah, lots to talk about today. Let's get through some of the controversy that happened over the weekend. Wanted to get your thoughts on this, and if you'll possibly see this affecting some of the momentum with the parties here.
Well, it's the final week of the campaign. There's a lot of people who have already requested their mail-in ballots and have already voted. So you're moving a smaller and smaller number of voters with these last-minute things that are happening. Now, that being said, there's definitely a lot of people who will vote until the last minute. And although we don't see the same level of undecided voters as we did in years past, that can definitely move those numbers.
Okay, and who has the momentum right now, do you think, in the election?
I think it's clearly the NDP. The numbers have been steadily good for them. Definitely a high number of residents who are happy with the way John Horgan has handled things. It's the overarching theme of the COVID-19 issue. There's a lot of satisfaction with the way he's been handling that. And I think that essentially allows a lot of people to say, we're in good hands, let's not change things. Definitely a difficult situation for the BC Liberals. They haven't really climbed as much as they expected. Difficult situation as well because of all of the controversies surrounding specific candidates. And it's not a fantastic situation to be in when you have less than a week to get this ship turned around. For the Greens, it's ultimately about keeping some of the seats that they have and essentially trying to grow outside of southern Vancouver Island. I think that's the biggest challenge right now. Can they get a seat outside of that area where they've done very well?
Exceptionally challenging right now for the Liberal Party, it seems like, in the province, just to have to do this damage control right now. How do you think that will affect them with less than a week to go?
Well, it's a very difficult situation because they haven't really established an emotional connection for change. When we've had elections where you're essentially pondering whether the same government should be re-elected, you have to establish that emotional connection. And I think they definitely tried by justifying that this is an election that very few people wanted. But it really hasn't moved the needle for them. And I think they are essentially, with less than a week to go, in a very, very tough spot because you can't connect on that issue only. You need to talk about what you want to do if you are elected.
And when we look at where the leaders were over the weekend and where they will be today, it looks like a lot of friendly ridings for the respective parties. Is that a key tactic going in with less than a week to the election?
The last week is very important because of this. You know, they need to defend their own territory. We will see them in areas that are certainly friendly to them. I think the final couple of days are going to be crucial. If you see some of the leaders in places where they don't expect to win, it means that the wind is under sails and they believe that this is something that can be larger than they hoped for. But right now, it's ultimately about reconnecting with those voters, which is especially difficult because of the intricacies of this campaign where you can shake hands.
And a lot of party promises and the various platforms, but scant details about how these respective parties will be paying for a lot of this stuff, which is common in politics, I suppose.
Well, we have seen that before. I think, essentially what you're trying to do here is to discuss issues at a more local level. A hospital a couple of blocks away from your house is the kind of thing that is going to make you think twice about whether to support a specific party. That being said, it's very difficult to know exactly where the money will be coming from, especially with all of the situations that we have right now because of the COVID-19 pandemic. So it's a way to engage with voters locally, but it's not an easy thing to justify when you're looking at the BC-wide picture. All
right, Mario, just before we let you go, what are the key issues that British Columbia voters are concerned about right now?
It really depends on your age. If you're aged 18 to 34, it's housing. This is the #1 issue for you. If you're a middle-aged voter, Generation Xer, you're looking at the economy and jobs. And if you're over the age of 55, it's more than anything healthcare. COVID-19 as an issue has really dropped. I think what we see here is BC residents essentially saying this is going to be for us, with us for a few months, so we might as well get some actual policy on some of the other issues.
All right, we appreciate your insight as always. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, that's Mario Canseco, president of Research Co. Coming up, we'll